everybody, Cindy A. Lewis here. Welcome to my channel. As you saw from the title, this is a different type of video than I normally do, and I have notes here in front of me. So today I'm going to be talking about online shopping and being safe and secure, and then also some truths about Temu that I investigated and found out, and I want to share them with you. This came up from a friend of mine, so I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a moment. And if you are interested, I am running a June giveaway. So just to let you know, the June 1st video is linked below, and you can go over to that video, enter to win a junk journal kit that I'm giving away on June 30th. You do have to be a subscriber, so I invite you to subscribe, and let's get into it. So I do want you to know I have notes. Here's my notes, and you may want to get out a pen and paper, or if you have a tablet or something where you write some things down too, because I feel like this is sort of a PSA, you know, like a public service announcement. And it's not something that you can't look up yourself, but I wanted to put all this together, and mainly because I care about you, my YouTube family and friends. And so I just want to give you a little background, what led to this, and then I'm going to give you the tips that I have and what I found out about Temu. And I know some of you use Temu, and I know a lot of you shop online. So just to clarify where this comes from, online shopping has increased tremendously over the last few years, especially with the pandemic and COVID-19. People were home, and really shopping online was about the best that they could do. And with that increase of online shopping, there's an escalation of cyber criminals that want to prey on buyers. And it's not a new thing, but it is something pretty big right now. So safe online shopping is possible if you take the precautions necessary and you follow safety measures. So probably most of you do. But I want to talk to you about this today because it's been really heavy on my heart since I talked to one of my YouTube friends, and I don't want any of you to be scammed, so I do want to share this with you. My videos, as you know, are normally crafty tutorials and fun things that we can do and hauls and such, but I wanted to share this also because my friend was really concerned about Temu, so I want to give you the truth. Also, I decided to do my own investigation, and so this is going to be informational, but your decision is up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm not telling you do or don't. I'm just giving you information, and you choose your own precautions, your safety measures, and all your online habits. You know, that's entirely up to you. But in 2015, I had gone back to school in 2012, and in 2015, I graduated college with my degree in organizational leadership, and then I had not really a minor, but my focus on any extra classes I could take were in marketing, because I love marketing, and I took classes on social media marketing, so I learned a lot about how the platforms function and how businesses use them to get your purchase power. You know, like if you go and buy something, how that works, how the marketing works, how the search engine optimization works, all of those types of things. And so I feel like I have a little bit of a background where I can share this with you. Plus, I did get some investigation into it, and I've got like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 pages of notes here. Of course, they're a little bit bigger, but, you know, just so I don't have to have my glasses to read them. But anyway, so tips. Let's get started. Tip number 1, create strong and unique passwords for each site. So I don't know how many of you use your birthday but don't do that. Use uppercase and lowercase and special characters in your passwords. It's really wise to do something a little bit longer. I know it's harder to remember, but you want to make sure that no one can actually guess your password. So like if you use your birthday and they know your birthday, then that would be easy to guess, right? So we don't want to do that. There's also password managers available. There are some, I don't really use them. My friend uses one. She really likes it. You can do that. It will generate passwords for you, and it will save your password. So you can just have one password where you lock it down, and then whenever you need a password for a site, you can go and pull that. So if you need to know those, let me know. I'll look them up for you. I know that whenever I am creating an account, if I'm using my phone will generate a strong password for me, and I can elect to use that or create my own. Number 2, protect your personal information. So your personal information is you. It's unique to you. So you do want to be careful, like for instance, using your birthday or your social security number. To purchase anything online, you're going to have your address, unless you have a P.O. box where you can send things to. They're probably going to need your phone number because shipping needs phone numbers. And sometimes text alerts help you to know when to expect your shipment. So those kinds of things are kind of a normal thing that you would use in purchasing something online, but you do want to be careful about particulars like your social security number. I wouldn't give it out. Number 3, watch for phishing emails. So anytime you sign up for anything, or even if you didn't and somebody sells your email, which they do, some sites do that, and then there you get all these emails that are like trying to offer you something. Well, sometimes you'll get an email that looks like it might be legit, but if you like take your mouse and hover over the email address that it came from, it may show you that it's not a legitimate email. So don't click on any links. Be very careful unless you know that that is a legitimate site or from a person you know. And so unless you're really familiar with that, because those can send you to redirect you to something you don't want to get in trouble with, because it could possibly scam you. Also, always check the URL, which is the address of your website that you're going to, and make sure that it's a legitimate site, because sometimes it'll look like it is just say ABC store, and it will change when you click the link. So just don't do it. Just don't click the links. Just don't click them. You do, if you are going to a retailer and you want to make sure that it is their site, type it in, type in, store.com or whatever it is that you're going to, instead of clicking a link. If you get an email, banks don't usually email you. So I'm just saying, I don't know of any banks that will email you and say, I need your personal information. If something happens to your account at your bank, many times, the way that I've seen it work, and I did work in banking some, but of course that might have changed a little bit, but the way that I've seen it, if something happens to your account, they freeze it, and then you call them. They aren't going to send you an email and say, your account's frozen. So just be aware, your bank's not ever going to do that. And just don't give your credit card. Don't give your social security number. Don't give that kind of stuff. All right, let's see. So I told you to check the address that emails come from, hover your mouse over, make sure that it's legitimate. Sometimes you'll get an email and it'll say, this could be spam. Just check it out and see if you think so. If it is, just send it to your spam folder or report it. I've reported things to like my bank before or whatever, or they'll send out notices on their app and say, you know, watch out for phishing emails or watch out for scammers. And this is, you know, make sure it's legitimate. A lot of times those websites also will be misspelled, which is odd if you wanted to make sure it was real. So anyway, just be very cautious and watch those things. What number am I on? 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4. Use, this is a suggestion. You don't have to do it, but if you can set up an email that is just dedicated to your online shopping or your online business, if you're going to set up accounts online, just use an email just for that. So set up your business account or set up your shopping account or something like that. And that's the only thing you use it for. You don't use it for personal correspondence or messaging your sister or brother or mother. So just make sure that you do that. Or it's a suggestion to do that. Next, when you're using free Wi-Fi, use caution. So like if you're at McDonald's or a restaurant and they offer free Wi-Fi, well, that's really nice. Don't type in a password though. Save that for when you're on a private network at home or something like that. Those sites are just free and they're not necessarily secure. I would suggest if you do need to go to a public Wi-Fi usage, maybe at a library or something like that, you can set up a VPN, which is a virtual private network. Maybe your internet company provides you access to that, or you can look online and see how to do that. But a VPN would be like a middleman between the Wi-Fi and you and the site you're going to, and then it will encrypt and secure your messaging, whatever that might be, or your searching, or your bill payment or whatever. So just think about that. Let's see, that was 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6, use secure payment methods. So when you're online, you want to make sure you're using a payment method that is secure. I personally would not recommend using anything that connects to your checking account or savings account. Use a credit card. Maybe you could use a card that's dedicated just for your online purchases. And that credit card companies offer fraud protection and they're really good at it. And they can stop it like immediately. So, so that is an option. Also, PayPal. You don't have to give them your personal information. You just sign into PayPal. PayPal takes care of it. Or like Apple Pay or Google Pay. You can do that. Let's see. I'm missing my numbers because I used bullets. 1, 2, 3. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 7. I just care about you guys and I just don't want anything to happen. Number 7, check your connection security. So when you go to a website, you see it might have www.store.com or whatever. At the beginning of it, you can see if it's secure, if it has HTTPS. At the very beginning. What that stands for is Hypertext Transfer Protocol Security. And that is a combination of your Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which is a long word, and a secure socket layer, which is the transport layer for your information. So that protects, that says this is a protected site. So it will authenticate and make sure that the security is in place. It doesn't mean that, you couldn't get, it just means that is a more secure site, that they are following the protocols that are set up. I remember on my website, I had to make sure that it had the SSL on it, the security, you can still find sites that don't have the S on the end of the HTTP, and you shouldn't use those. And if you are, usually if you see that, you might see your phone or your website on your, like your browser would say not secure, not secure. Just don't go in there. Don't click it. Get out of there as quick as you can. Let's see, next. I'm just going to quit the numbers. Use trusted retailers. So just make sure your shop is legitimate. Try to type in the address of the shop. I know there's a lot of advertisers everywhere, right? Every time you look on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, there's a lot of advertisers everywhere. You want to make sure that that is a legitimate site. It doesn't mean it's not just because it's advertising, but you do want to maybe check, maybe do a little research on your own. Got it here. Maybe do a little research on your own and check out, okay, is this site legitimate? And see, or maybe the Better Business Bureau has something on it. Just be cautious and aware with doing online shopping. Next, keep your browser and your virus software updated. So like Google will have updates to Chrome. Edge or like Internet Explorer is not there anymore, but Edge will have updates to their browser. Your phone will have updates to, like for Apple, it's iOS. And for Android, they have theirs. For Google phones, for whichever kind of phone you may have, will have updates to protect you. And it's important that you allow those updates and not put them off, because there are security measures that they put in place. It's just like your virus software on your computer or your Windows updates. Make sure you get those updates, because they are aware of what the attempts are. And so you want to make sure that you are keeping those updated for your safety. Consider two-factor authentication when it's available. So what is that? So that is, for instance, and some sites require it now. It's more and more popular because it is to protect you and protect your identity. But two-factor authentication means when you sign in, you have another feature that signs in for you. So for instance, if you sign in and you have two-factor on eBay or PayPal, and so you put in your password and you sign in, and then it says, is this a trusted device? We're going to text you or we're going to message you a code, and then you have to put that code in. Well, that is two-factor authentication, and that's just to authenticate that you are who you are. For instance, if someone was trying to log into your email and you have two-factor authentication on that, then if they were trying to log in and they had your password and your phone texted you and said, here's your code for logging in, and you go, I'm not logging in. So then you know to report that right away, that somebody is trying to hack into your email, and then you can go in there and change your password really fast. These are really important steps that you can take to make sure that you're shopping safely online, and just be aware of that. So the next thing that I want to talk to you about real quickly is marketing strategies. And I hope this is informative to you. It's almost like a class, I feel like, on online shopping and stuff, but I really want you to be safe. But I want to make you aware of something. And some people aren't aware of this because they've never taken marketing classes. So there are marketing strategies out there that you may feel are an invasion of privacy in a way, because in a way they are. So number one is location marketing. So I'm just sharing a couple of these because I just want you to be aware of why things happen the way they do. So if your store uses location marketing, that means that you've allowed your location to this store on your phone. They use your GPS or whatever, and they say, oh, so-and-so is at the store today. Here's a coupon. This is on special. Have you thought about a new TV or whatever? That is location marketing. And that is when you, like, say you walk in that store and then you get messages from that store. Well, they're using location marketing. That's just one aspect. But anyway, I just want you to be aware of that, because some people are like, why is the store? How do they know I'm here already? Well, maybe you log into the free Wi-Fi at the store. Some stores offer that. Or maybe you have the app for that store on your phone and you're logged in. So it's going to say, oh, so-and-so's at the store. Here's a special. So just be aware of that. It's just, you've allowed your location to be shared. Now you can turn that off if you don't want that. So just know that you can turn that off. But you also probably need to turn off the Wi-Fi for that store, and maybe even log out of your app if you don't want them to know that you're on premises. So just be aware. The next one is the one that I found the most unsettling when I was studying marketing. And this is very commonly used. I will say 70% of companies use this strategy. And it's called retargeting or ad targeting. And it is very, very popular. As I said, 70% of all companies use this. Now, what is it? Well, in a way, I felt it was like an invasion of privacy to me. But what it is say you go on a shopping app and you're looking for an ice machine and you want nugget ice and you want all these features or whatever, and you look at it and you go, okay, well, now I know what they have and how much they are, and then you leave the site. Okay, well, the next thing you know is you're on, say, Facebook, and in Facebook, in the feed, you see all these sites, all these ads for ice machines, nugget ice machine. Have you seen this? Price, have you seen this or whatever? Well, that is retargeting. And what that is when a company, you go and search for something, but you didn't buy it. So that company tracks your behavior, records your preferences, and it just tracks you across your sites. It happens everywhere. And I'm just telling you, if you've noticed that, it is a real marketing strategy that is widely used. I've got a stat here for you. Retargeting helps address 98% of visitors who leave a website without making a purchase. And you want to know why it's so popular? Because the average of retargeting ads is 10 times that of display ads. So they're gonna hit you 10 more times with that ice machine. They're gonna see it. But why is it so? Because the conversion rate is as much as 150%, which is, I don't even know how you can do that, but it is so high in a conversion rate that you keep getting hit with that. Oh yeah, I wanted to get that ice machine. Oh yeah. Oh, finally you go buy the ice machine. Well, success, you've converted to a sale. And that's what retargeting is. So I wanted you to know that that is out there. That's a strategy. It's used everywhere. I mean, Google keyword searches and, just all of that. It's out there. And it's legal, apparently. And marketers use it all the time. I mean, they do. It's everywhere. So just be aware of that. Another thing that you can do is clear your cache. If you don't know how to do that, there is an easy way on Google to go to your settings and clear your cache. You can clear your cookies. You can clear your history. You want to select for all time. It gives you like the last hour as a default, but you can do the last day, last week, last all time. You can also clear your temporary files. So if you go to Microsoft Edge, you can go into your internet settings and you can clear your temporary files, and that's what that will do. You can clear those on your Apple phone on iOS updates. It can prevent the tracking across apps, so do keep your phone updated. Don't quote me on that, but that's what the research that I did shared, so I wanted to make sure to share that with you. Okay, so now if I haven't blown your mind totally in this class, I want to talk to you about Temu. So I said I want to tell you the truths about Temu. So I want to share a little bit. I did have a very concerned friend on YouTube. Feels like her phone could have been hacked or whatever. And so I want to share a little bit with you and tell you what my investigation turned up and what it didn't turn up. Okay, so I've shopped Temu a few times. Actually, I just got a haul in from Temu. Really cute stuff too, by the way. But I haven't shopped a lot, right? Just a few times safely. There are a lot of deals on their site, a lot of things to draw people, like millions, like 50 million people just since September to Temu. Lots of shopping going on. And usually what I purchase are craft things for journals, you know, like these types of fun things. That's usually what I look for. So even if it's a little less expensive item or a little bit less, you know, quality, that's okay because I doctor things up anyways. But I am cautious when I do my shopping and I protect my data the best I can. I always check my phone, my privacy, and my settings. I do all that. But I do want to share this with you. So, number one, Temu is a legitimate shopping platform. It is legit. It is a Boston-based retailer that ships from the United States. The site and the company have been verified in many ways. If they hadn't, they would be completely shut down. Okay, so let's just say if they were not legitimate, they would not be able to operate. Okay, there are secure methods of payment with Temu, so you don't have to put a credit card in there if you don't feel comfortable doing that. You can do PayPal, you can do Apple Pay, that kind of thing. But they do have a lot of complaints to the Better Business Bureau. Their rating is under 2%, or under a rating of 2. It's like 1 point something, because of the complaints that the Better Business Bureau has received from customers. So they've had delayed deliveries, delayed refunds when they sent something back, damaged packages. You know, you've seen some of them probably that I've even shared, the way they wrap them. They wrap them the smallest they can to get the cheapest mail rate, I'm sure. So it's not always the best what you receive, and apparently the customer service has been complained about. But I did find out that Temu is a sister company of a Chinese e-commerce, Pinduo Duo. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but anyway. So there's that. Then, is it a spy app? So that's been a big question about it because it is a Chinese company. There are other Chinese companies where you can buy goods, Wish, AliExpress. I think Shein is from Chinese company area, but it says it's a private company, so I couldn't for sure say. There's no evidence that Temu sends your information to China. There's no evidence that Temu steals sensitive data from your phone. There was another company that was caught doing that, though, which was that Pinduo Duo. And they were exploiting Android users with malware, and so Google suspended them. So that was Pinduo Duo. So for sure that happened with that company. But that company was asking for a lot of information that Temu does not request. Temu does monitor your shopping habits. So like I shop for junk journal items, and it will put more junk journal items in my shopping list. So I don't know if you've noticed that or if you use Temu at all, but if you haven't used Temu, you're probably not even watching this right now. But anyway, all right. Someone mentioned that Temu tracks your activity on other apps, tracks notifications, reads emails, and possibly changes your phone settings. So this is what I have found. Analysts say that Temu is actually less of a threat than the previous company I mentioned, which was that Pinduo Duo. So far, analysts say that there's no proof that the app has done those same things, like put malware on your phone, change the settings on your phone. But Android phones seem to be more susceptible to this malware that Pinduo Duo sent out. I don't really know. I don't know anything about an Android phone because I don't have one, but this is just what I've researched. Again, Temu has not been found to be as aggressive requester of user privileges as the Pinduo Duo. So it's just asking for normal access, like your address or your phone number to send you your purchases. So this is a quote from Daniel Thanos, the vice president head of Arctic Wolf Labs, a threat intelligence arm of cybersecurity firm. He says, there have been no reports of malicious functionality present in the official app version of Temu, either in the Google Play Store, the App Store, or a third-party version. The keys used to sign the Pinduo Duo malware are not the same keys used to sign the Temu app. So this is a cybersecurity expert. So this is what I want to say. I believe that our government, the U.S., is keeping a close eye on this company. So I do feel comfort in that. Ultimately, if you are concerned about any app, uninstall it, get rid of it, close your account, take it off your devices. Do not use the website. Any app, including Temu, if that's how you feel. If you have issues with your device, it's possible that you did contract some malware or a virus on your device. It could be from any site that you visited. So you would want to make sure you get that cleaned off of your phone or your tablet or your computer. Please check your security settings on your devices and make sure your software is up to date. Please do that. That will help protect you. Additionally, you may consider a hard reset. Now that resets your phone completely. So you would want to make sure that you have your information. And then choose wisely when shopping online on your phone or your tablet. I wouldn't want any of you guys to be scammed or your identity stolen or anything like that. I am concerned if someone has been, contracted the malware or been scammed. I am not making light of any of that. This is just the information that I found from research, and I wanted to share it with you, and I want you to be safe, and I want you to be protected and secure. So I hope that this was informative for you. Please know it's just the information. I'm not telling you to do one thing or another thing. I'm just suggesting some guidance for protecting your online shopping, and just some truths that I found out about Temu so that you would know what is out there, because there's a lot of information and rumors and different things. Now, if you're uncomfortable with any app, including Temu, then don't shop there. Shut it down, get it off your phone if you're using it on your phone. So anyway, I hope that this is helpful to you. I hope these tips will help you be safe on the internet. And thanks so much for listening, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.